So I just recently bought an interleaved Bible, but I don't use it for my daily study. I only use it for super, super deep dive studies. So my daily Bible is a study Bible, but it's not a journaling Bible. Now there is a little bit of note space available at the beginning of each book, but some books have more than others. And so it can be a real struggle trying to find space to write all the notes in the margins because there's just not a lot of margin space. So if this is you, stick around. That's what we're going to talk about today. I have a really simple, easy solution for you. And I also want to share something with you that's going to make it really easy for you. So I made a resource for myself and I am also offering it to you. The link is down in the description. And it is a simple dot grid spread that you can print out on your printer, cut to any shape and size, and then tape it, paste it, or glue it, or however you want to in your Bible. That's called a tip in or a tip out, however you want to do it. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. Now, my style of Bible journaling is all about the notes. It's not necessarily about the aesthetics. So for me, just printing it out on a white sheet of paper is perfect for me. But sometimes I do like stickers as well, but I don't want to put stickers in my Bible. So I could see myself putting stickers on some of these pages. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and show you this dot grid that I made and kind of show you how I'm doing it and talk to you a little bit about it. So this is a dot grid that I created, and I created one in a PDF and one in a PNG. So the PDF is actually two-sided, and as you can see, it also has a margin. Now, originally, this PDF was created just like this PNG, where you see there's no margin. The dots go all the way to the edge. And actually on this one, let me show you this one. Hopefully I can zoom in on this enough so you can see it. Let me go ahead and just do that now. You see that this edge right here, the dots go right up to the edge, and on this edge they don't. The document isn't created that way. That's just my printer not aligning properly. Now, this is the PDF, and the PDF is going to have a border on it, probably depending on your printer. Here's the deal with my printer. My printer will not print a PDF without a border. However, I can't print a two-sided PNG. So if I wanted a PDF two-sided, so I can print it out on both sides, it's going to end up with a margin. And the PNG is going to end up with a blank page. However, I could just, flip this page over, put it back in my printer, and then print out the PNG, and you will get a two-sided PNG. Now, the other thing is that this PDF is set to plain paper on high quality on my printer, and this PNG is set to photo paper, even though it's plain paper and high quality. And the PNG is darker than the PDF. I prefer the lighter PDF. That's just my preference. So if you prefer really dark, you can use the PNG and then just feed the paper in a second time if you want it two-sided, or you can just leave the other side blank if you want. So there's different ways you can do it. If you like it really light, you can probably do this on low quality or do this one on standard quality instead of high quality. But I don't care about the margins. Don't bother me. And I like this lighter version of it, so this is the one that I'm going to be using. However, I will probably cut these up and use them as well. Now I want to go ahead and open up my Bible and show you how I'm doing this. I've already done it once. This is my Fire Bible. I've already done it once. I have it marked. I did it in James, right here. And the way I did it was I just folded it in half and then just tipped it and glued it into the binding like this. And so this is kind of how I am going to do it again, but I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it at the beginning of Hebrews. I had it marked, but the beginning of Hebrews. This is the intro, and then I don't have a lot of note space here at the beginning of Hebrews. Some books have more note space. It kind of depends where the intro ends. If the intro were to end up here, I would have this much, or the intro could go all the way to a third page, be here, and I would have this much. But whatever amount is left on the page is what they give you. I kind of don't wish they would have done it that way, but that's the way it is. And so I'm going to add some more note space here to Hebrews. So there's two kinds of glue that you can use. I don't know if you can see this. They're both Scotch. This one is permanent. I don't know if you can see that. And this one says repositional. And I will link both of these down below in the description. I prefer to use permanent for this. I believe it just stays a little bit better. The repositional is almost like creating like a sticky, like a post-it note. You can just like pick it up and move it however often you want. It's not permanent in any way, shape, or form. And so I like the repositional for other stuff. But for this, I want it to be a little bit more sturdy. So I am going to use the permanent. You can use liquid glue. I've seen people do that. And like they put glue, they either try and like drop it onto the edge, which is hard with liquid glue, or they'll just put the glue right there in the binder. But I'm just going to use this because I think it's just cleaner and easier. So I'm just going to fold this. Probably not perfect. Most of my crafts are far from perfect. I'm going to make sure I get it really folded nicely. I might even do it both ways just to get it really really sharp. And then I am just going to put this on here fairly liberally, all the way to the edge, kind of holding the paper as sturdy as I can. Okay, now it's easier for me to do it this way. I'm just gonna shove that right into the crease. And then what I'm gonna do is I have this ruler here. I'm gonna get that in there. And I'm going to put this ruler, as you can see what I'm doing here, I'm going to take that ruler and really get it in there. Now I'm just going to go back and forth, really getting it in there. Sometimes it'll kind of want to stick, like it'll kind of want to stick the paper to it if you're not real careful. So now I'm going to just pull this paper here and continue to kind of put that in there so this paper isn't stuck. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to pull this page kind of out a little bit as I'm really getting it in there. Really working on the edges, because the edges are probably going to be where it's most vulnerable, right in here on this edge here. And close it up. It's in there pretty good. So this one that I did back here in James, I did this in yesterday, and it's in there really, really good. It did stick the paper a little bit, so, there is that to worry about. So I think this is going to be really good. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the camera around. Now I have 4 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4 of dot grid, And I think that'll be really nice and sturdy for me. So now I'm going to turn the camera around and tell you how you can get this. So it's as simple as that. Now I really like dot grids because, like I said, all my notes, like I'm just a heavy note taker. And so my notes aren't very aesthetic. I just need space to take notes. I just need space to write. And I'm not a very good writer. My handwriting isn't the best. I have trouble staying like writing like a straight line if I don't have lines, but I don't really like lined paper. I have used lined paper in that Bible before. I didn't care for it that much. I just prefer dot grid. I've also used like Post-it notes that were grids, and that's okay, but I just really like that dot grid. I like it nice and light, but it just keeps me writing in a straight line because I can't write in a straight line. And so for me, it really works. So you can get this dot grid PDF. It's an 8.5 by 11. Cut it to any size. You could also add it into journals. It's not just the Bible. You can add it into journals if you run out of space in a journal, or you know you're recording something in a journal and you just need a little bit more space, or you just want to do another little tip in or something like that. I prefer tip ins over Post-it notes personally. I don't like to have to move Post-it notes, so I just like to put tip ins in. But you can get it in my shop on Buy Me a Coffee. It's just $1. It is free for my members. I do have a fellowship membership. I have a fellowship group in Buy Me a Coffee. You can take a look at that if you're interested. We do all kinds of Bible studies. We do about 2 a week. Some of them are light, some of them are a little bit more intense. We do all kinds of different ones, and we're just having a really good time with those. So when you go to Buy Me a Coffee, this is basically what you're going to see, and you can just go ahead and click on the item right there. It is the first item in my shop at the moment, but you just click on that and it will tell you all about it here. And also, you can learn more about my Buy Me a Coffee page here. On the home page, I will have a little intro, and I also have the memberships here, and I have posts, which most of them are for my members, but there's a few things that you might be able to see there if you're interested in it. So hopefully this was helpful for you to see how you can very easily just add in a piece of paper. I mean, even if you don't get the dot grid, you could just easily just add in a piece of paper doing just what I did right there. But if you like the dot grid format, which I really enjoy, go ahead and take a look at that. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.